are here today to announce that the Justice Department has secured felony guilty pleas from the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, Binance.
Actually, it's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Largest virtual.
Binance.
Binance. And let me be clear. It's Binance.
Binance.
Binance. Council has discussed crypto regulations and legislations at length, and we have come to the conclusion that instead of regulating, we are going to ape a fat bag each into laptop and pump it to over $1,300,000,000,000,000,000,000,000 market cap. Let's fucking go, crackheads.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Morning Coffee. I got my coffee locked and loaded, ready to go, because we have to talk about some things. So there are more people, institutions that are selling Bitcoin than we originally expected. So we are definitely going to take a look on at that today. And then there is also something that clearly shows that the next big expansion cycle has just begun. Also, that's going to be part of today's stream. And then we have Ecomi not getting listed on HTX, on Huobi exchange. So I think that also needs to be discussed. And all of that we are going to discuss now with you. So, good morning to all of you guys. I see a couple of guys and people and degenerates are already in the chat. That is fine. Mark D says Binance. Hey, that is also a good way to write it, the Binance. Trucking Hank says GM hodlers. Good morning to all the rare hodlers. Energy says GM coffee's here. Binance. Let's go. Maybe we need a Binance coffee. That is true. Oh, Luke is here. Good morning, Luke. Thank you for all the support and always. That's very important. So guys, speaking of support, smash up the like button right now as hard as you can. Slap the like button. So that we can push the stream out here to a couple of more people. Subscribe if you haven't yet. You see the little number here? That's the subscribers. Make number go up. And tick the little bell to always get notified when I go online. Otherwise you will not know it. Then you have to watch it later and you cannot spam the chat. That would be bad. Also, I want to thank you, my rare hodlers that are here or about to join. For always supporting me. I mean, you see the screen is full of supporters and that kind of in a bear market, that is really, really good. So thank you all for this support. In turn, so everyone can thank these rare hodlers because in turn, we don't have rug pulls and shitty exchanges and whatnot as advertisement on this channel, right? Although we probably would make more money if that was the case. But we see so often how this goes wrong, and then you recommend your community, oh, this project, and so because you get paid, and then everyone gets wrecked. We don't want that. But enough with this. Like button smashed, then let's go. Okay, Bitcoin nearing in the daily the bull market support band, and I mean, the topic kind of today is who's selling and why, and or why is this going down, and when will it return? When will it reverse, right? And I have the feeling that this is not quite the end, that there could be more, because if we are looking at the indicators, we basically see that there's still room, a little bit more room left over on the daily at least, for Bitcoin to go lower. And usually when everyone thinks that the bounce is in, there's one more leg, and we still are pretty high in the fear and greed index. I think that is here, right? I pushed this here. Yes, you see we dropped a little bit more on fear and greed. So we are now yellowish, and usually the market likes to shake out the greedy but fearful ones until fear and greed comes into a moderate rate, and then it just goes on. But there is in the macro psychology, in the mind of people, there is something that is playing out like this, and there is the argument made at the moment that this corrective move that we are having is actually only the disbelief. So before, when we discussed this, we were more or less saying that, hey, we're probably in the recovery phase, in the hope phase already, right? So this uphill thing. But now some people are saying, hey, maybe we are still in disbelief. And there are some arguments to be made that this actually is disbelief, because there are many people that claimed, oh, Bitcoin prints an early top because actually the economy is going sideways and everything goes to shit and whatnot, right? So, and then, this is talks about triple top and talks about lower highs and how this might be the end. So that definitely is some disbelief behavior. So we could get behind this. Although we have to see one thing. We have Bitcoin ETFs, and there are many of them. We have institutional adoption through Bitcoin ETFs in the billions. We have small governments mining Bitcoin and buying Bitcoin on a daily basis. We have institutions getting into the mining business. See German Telecom, for example. We have an election year where a presidential candidate, Donald Trump, is basically making crypto the topic of the elective campaign, right? So, and that in the election year, usually that's where spending is coming back, so that people vote for the supposedly right thing, not right side, but the supposedly right thing, whatever that is, right, without taking any political stances. But usually the acting government likes to spend more so that people feel something is done, right? And then, and then we have one more big factor in front of us that will decide everything, and we were going to talk about this in a second. So we need to talk a little bit more about the downside first before we can talk about the big factor here. Okay, so whether we're in disbelief or in hope, I would argue we are still more in hope, because there are many people hopeful, which is why they are buying, why they are also buying altcoins. But what we really know, or where we really see this parabolic move starting, is when optimism kicks in and people are like, oh, this rally is now real. It's on. Everything's going up, and then it will happen very quickly. So we've discussed the last time that miners are selling, and this is true. So nothing changes about this. It is true, and it leads to the miner reserves worldwide is falling to 1.9 million bitcoins, which is a lot, right? Which is still a lot, but it's the lowest miner reserve in the past 14 years that we have right now. So that means the market got an additional supply at these prices to the 450 Bitcoin that is being mined daily. So since not only the mining companies but also other people are mining Bitcoin, these 450 Bitcoins are very scattered out, and ETFs and other institutions, big players and so on, they need Bitcoin, and they cannot have that as only the 450 Bitcoin coming to the market, which is why the miner reserves are getting basically consumed over time, and there's a slow falling chart where at some points miners are just stacking and it's going up, But overall, it's at the lowest right now that it ever has been in the history of Bitcoin, which is bullish, because that means we're still at 60 something thousand, and that means that there have been thousands and thousands of Bitcoin hitting the market. You can imagine what happens when there are not Bitcoins anymore hitting the market. So who else is selling? My government. Okay, here we see. German government is still selling Bitcoin. 195 million in dollars so far. In the past 2 hours, the German government sent 65 million Bitcoin in Bitcoin to likely exchange deposits, including Coinbase. Okay. So how does the German government have Bitcoin? They seized about 3 point something billion in Bitcoin, and they still have $3.05 billion in Bitcoin left to sell. So they seized it, and now they make some profits with it, right? They take some profits. I don't know what they're going to pay with this. I have no idea what they pay with this, to be honest. Maybe some free beer for all the fan clubs that are visiting Germany at the moment, like the national teams cheer on. Maybe they have to subsidize some beer for them. I don't know. But they're selling. So this is bottom line is they send it to exchanges like Bitstamp and Kraken and Coinbase. So you see here the government moved $600 million of BTC yesterday, sending 130 BTC to 4 likely exchange deposits, including Kraken and Bitstamp. So Germany is on selling. They have enough to compensate. Yeah, probably. I mean, you have to see the government in any case has a money printer, right? So you don't have to. But okay, they are going to sell this, and they still have a lot, right? The other part of this picture is governments that are not holding any Bitcoin, and I'm not even calculating Germany as a big holder, because 3 billion in Bitcoin is nothing. Many companies have more. The world debt in trillion dollars is at record high, and this is really something where I would say that this should be part of public education and general information, right? So on news, it should be taught at schools, and so on, right? So and this is something that you could do for yourselves as well, because there are countries that are X% of their GDP in debt, like under 100%, and then there are countries that are more than 100% of GDP in debt. And what does that mean? That is like you using your credit card, and if you're Germany or Brazil or any other country that still has debt kinda under control, then you're 6 months worth your salary in debt on that credit card, and you have to pay interest rates on it. But you somehow see the horizon that technically I could just stop eating for 6 months and pay back this debt, right? But then there are countries like Italy, for example, that are 137% in debt, or I think like Argentina, closer to 200%. That is then that you're using your credit card, but you would technically have to stop spending for over 1.5 years to pay back this debt, right? So just put this into perspective. So, but the only thing is that whenever they really need some money, they print this money into their own pocket, which is something that if the normal citizen with his credit card does that, he will go to jail for a couple of years for counterfeiting money. Okay. So, rapid rise in world debt. Something happened in 1997, and the money printer just went completely wild everywhere in the world. So technically, it's not 1997. Technically, what happened is here in 1972, because that is when the dollar and many other currencies in the world decoupled from gold standard. And the gold standard was already watered and softened, but here in 72 there was the official decree to decouple from that standard in the US, and from there the curve goes ballistic, right? What does that mean for us? It means that the governments probably will spend money after they curbed a little bit their inflation. They will lower the interest rates, infuse the economy with easier to obtain cash or actual cash, and that is important for our cycle. Let's put that a little bit to the side and let's talk first about this. So we have this dip, we have people complaining, and we have the typical "it's over" claims on Twitter, right? And in this cycle we had 1, 2, 3 "it's overs" already, and maybe this one here as well. This was an "it's over" as well, and now it's over again, right? So every time that it's over hits, that's also the region where we can expect a bounce in the next days or weeks. So I think this is good for the market, because people that actually think and believe it's over, they are not made for this market. They will sell their Bitcoins and their altcoins and they will move out of the market. I would say, so I personally, I wanted to say I recommend, but I don't recommend. Me personally, I see this as an opportunity to buy what I did not have enough a bag of, right? And I hope this opportunity, there will be more sideways action so that this opportunity lasts longer, so that I can get the fiat to take advantage of that opportunity, which is not the case at the moment, but soon, we are nearing the end of the month, there could be some altcoin buying going on. So I think that's a good time. So back to the topic of money printing for debt and global liquidity. And this is the fourth big factor that we need to make this run, this Bitcoin crypto altcoin run, explosive. And it lines perfectly up with the expectation for the cycle. So we see here, basically the gray line is an estimation of the global liquidity cycle, right? So we will always have phases of that last more or less 4 years of, so from here to here, or from top to top or whatever, or from middle to middle. We will have roughly 4 years of expansion and contraction, and expansion and contraction, and expansion. And funny, Bitcoin moves exactly with the halving cycle also on this, more or less. So we are coming out of a long time of contraction here. So this is our previous bull market. You see here, 2020 to 2022. That was when global liquidity was expanding, and then we had a contraction phase, and that is when everything collapsed in the crypto market, and all these exchanges went bankrupt and whatnot. So you see here, the same goes for 2000. So here is a little bit weird, right? So this one is a little bit of an outlier. But this is the 2017 bull run, and we have a lot of small contractions and then expansions again, which maybe explains why the curve went on so slowly. Now we are coming out of this, and we went very deep in the contraction, and now we are coming out of this with the global liquidity, because a couple of countries are already rate cutting, and countries that are actively pushing money into the economy. So that is where we are right now, and we're expecting an expansive or an expansion rise similar to this, because here, for example, see the 2008 crisis. That is when Bitcoin was born. So we don't know how Bitcoin would have behaved in these ones before, but Bitcoin was born here, pumped quickly in this liquidity, and then contracted, and then it pumped again and pumped again and contracted. So we expect pump again, and we are just at the beginning of pump again. And if you see where this top is, it's to the middle or end of 2025. Yeah, so maybe, so 2025 is not on the scale, but you see here 2026 would be already in the contraction. So that would perfectly line up with the estimate of the Bitcoin, the altcoin run happening somewhere throughout 2025. Sorry, Janet says it's not cycle, it's seeker. Yeah, actually, it's seeker. Janet is our favorite star, so she's always in the intro. Yeah, and then also the reason why this expansion is happening, because many people cannot deal with their credit card or personal interest payments anymore. And how do you read this chart? Is basically so these 2.5, right? That's a percent of personal disposable income is how much the interest rate basically is. So personal interest payments as a percentage of disposable personal income have spiked to 2.5%, the highest since the 2008 financial crisis. So we are in that territory, and based on all of that we are in such a crisis territory, we can say that, okay, then we should mimic this. We should mimic then, if we are like 2008, we should go as high as this in global liquidity expansion, or even higher, because of the debt that is piling up. So we saw just now that the US debt, is that interest rates on the US debt are now higher than the actual military spending of the US. So to service that, so that basically means paying back interest rates is like delivering all of the military expenses in 1 year, and that would be every year. Because if you pay your interest rates, you didn't pay, if you only pay your interest rates 800 billion US dollars, you didn't pay back a single cent of the actual debt, so it would just come again, right, in the next year. So, and we discussed this in length I think in the Monday stream, when we also talked about the impact of AI on this. So if you want, go back and watch this. But overall, I think this is interesting. So here's one more thing. This is bullish for Ethereum and potentially bullish for the altcoins. According to this letter from the SEC has permanently suspended its investigation into Ethereum. And Ethereum ETF trading will start within the next week. So some people are wondering, like, what happened? I mean, we have Ethereum ETFs and it doesn't move. The price doesn't move. No. We have an approval of Ethereum ETFs, but Ethereum ETFs are not trading yet. So there is no automatic buying yet. So this is going to be interesting. And I think this is bullish because basically it means the SEC will not go after Ethereum anymore. And that probably makes some of the altcoins also go away from the target list of the SEC. So all in all, we could say maybe the bounce is near, right? From a macro perspective and also from a fundamental perspective. So we see the market is kind of mixed today. Actually, let's leave the chat here. Let's put that. Let's see if we can put that like this. Yeah. Okay. So do we have any big movers? 2 days, 7 days. Let's maybe refresh. Maybe it looks then better. No, nothing looks better then. Okay. Toncoin did move quite a bit. Wow, $100 a Toncoin. It was the all-time high. Now it's 7. So that would be, even if it goes back to all-time high, that would be a 10x. So we see kind of that some coins are really far away from their all-time highs still. And we see that buying the dip right now, I mean, this only lasts 30 days. the coins, I will put this a little bit to the side now. The coins are, some of these coins are on the, like only on the last 30 days, they were like decimated really hard, 30%. And I read several theories about this in the last days. For example, hey, it's because there's so much altcoin dilution going on, and now the money is scattering out through all of these altcoins, and that is why the altcoins are bleeding so hard. I don't buy this. I don't buy into this. These theories are just because, for example, why would you not buy, for example, Chainlink, right? In such a bull market. By the way, Chainlink all-time high was $52. So Chainlink is doing extremely well. It's very strong in this market, because if you see that it's only about 3.5x, 4x away from their all-time high, less than 4x. So obviously people are looking at this and say, oh, but I cannot make 100x on this, so let me buy something else. That is true. But we see overall the market has lost some feathers here. Look at Fetch AI, for example. Maybe that is, I mean, these market caps, we have to see this. These market caps are very high. So this is a 3.8 billion market cap. But on the other hand, these are projects that are on the list, on the radar of everyone else, right? And this market will expand. So it depends a little bit on your risk tolerance, and then also on what you want to achieve. So if you have 100K, want to make it 1 million, that's probably happening in the top 50 if you are just scattering it out to the blue chip and the big projects here. But there are also people that have $100 and want to become a millionaire. They have to look at a different page. We see, though, we see the impact of this dip, and it's a brutal one. So let's quickly look at altcoins and see what's happening here. Let's get rid of that. So altcoins are kind of collectively oversold. I mean, we had a huge dip here down. It's already been eaten up on the week. So we see that some altcoin recovery has already happened, and we wicked to this previous overhead resistance. So if we would close this exactly here, the week at 232 billion, this would be extremely good. This would be very bullish for the altcoins. Greenland's GM feels like more room downwards. I mean, this is what I said in the beginning of the stream. Bitcoin looks there is more room downwards, and if Bitcoin does that, then there is more for the altcoins. And will it happen this week? Maybe it happens next week. The altcoins would not go out of a bull market if they fell for a longer time to this level, to 200 billion roughly. But the people would really go into fear territory if that happens, because many portfolios are at the moment altcoin heavy because of all that altcoin craze with AI tokens and so on, what went on. And now this correction here it hurts in the pockets of many people, right? Including my portfolio. I mean, I have half of my portfolio is Bitcoin, so I'm fine. But still, it hurts because, I mean, some of the nice gains that have been coming here are just getting decimated. It's not over. Like, there are coins in my portfolio that are still at 200, or something like Render is still at 1,200% plus, but still it hurts, because if your portfolio loses over a couple of days like $10,000, that hurts. Time to DCA, and this is exactly, I agree. Whenever that it really hurts in a portfolio, there are some opportunities to DCA into. And actually, so there are a couple of ways to find this. One way is but you have to know the tokenomics before. But for example, on Live Coin Watch, you can put into the layout. Where is it? There's somewhere percent from all-time high. Max supply from all-time high from all-time high. Let's put that in. There you go. So for example, Bitcoin is 12% away from all-time high. Solana is 50% away from all-time high. But look at this. Toncoin is 92% away from all-time high. And that basically means, so how deep is the drawdown basically? How far are we away from the all-time high? And the higher this percentage is, in combination with a fundamentally good token that had no dilution. So you need to be careful, because there's tokens like Cadena, for example, and whenever you had through the bear market more token dilution, it is now more difficult to go back to all-time high, or in other words, getting to the same market cap as the all-time high was doesn't print a new all-time high, which usually leads to what we're seeing from one bull market to the other. It's big spike, and then a spike that is a little bit less, and then looks like a dying penny stock because of that dilution. So I think it is important to go into projects that serve a certain narrative that is strong, that have good tokenomics, that do not have these problems. Let's put this here. So here, for example, IMX, right? IMX is doing fantastic, yet they are down 37% on the week, and they are still 83% from all-time high. There was some dilution in IMX, but still, I mean, IMX is sitting at 2.8 billion. They could do a 10x. This is a project I would say they could do a 10x. SL says GM Sweetie. Wow, SL coming at us romantic today. Appreciate it though. Smash up. Oh, by the way, guys, smash up the like button for the stream, please. And let's move on to. One more thing. So for everyone that says that this cycle is out of the ordinary, look at this halving. And look what happened afterwards and going sideways, right? And you really have to zoom out to get it, I think. Look at this halving. Look at what happened after this halving. A lot of sideways, then a little bounce, and a deep correction, and then going back. This correction here looks so small, but it's actually more than 30%. And then look at our halving. Dip into the halving, a little bit sideways. The only thing is that all-time high territory before the halving. That's the only differentiating factor because of the ETFs, but it does not look very differently from what we experienced before. But the fact that everyone starts to is not confident anymore, that's a good sign for the next leg up. Ecomi, our friend Ecomi. Let's go to our friend Ecomi. So we need to talk about Ecomi today, and we will refresh here. Hello, please let me refresh. Okay. Looks like Bitcoin has a bad hair day. Do you mean? Do you ask me? I don't know. Ecomi is though green and is trying to, but there's still much sell pressure as we see. It's trying to get back up here, but it actually can't. So we see now our resistance line here is now overhead support. Our previous support line that we saw here and here, well support so to say, is now flipping into overhead resistance. And this is the weekly, so we will see for getting back, for having some strength. I mean, it's good that Ecomi is slightly above 0005, but I would rather see it close above this to really see, okay, this is a fake out to the downside, this is a liquidity grab to the downside, right? I would really love to see it close above the 0005 one line here to actually say, okay, looks better, and then see if it holds above, right? We do not have really reason to celebrate though, because these are the projects that are getting into the final listing rounds for the HTX Prime vote. So it's Myth, it's Chicken, Taboo, and HIVP. What can I say? It's a bummer, but on the other hand, also these projects, they get pushed, or they get pushed with rockets. These rockets are, as far as I know, payable on HTX, and basically that means that in the community and probably from the projects, bots have been used and money has been spent to push up votes to get your project voted in, and the Ecomi fam did not do that. It's funny because actually Ecomi had more votes than HIVP, but since the mode was that you have different groups and only the group winner moves on, Ecomi was in the group with Taboo, but it didn't get the votes that Taboo did, so it lost to Taboo and Taboo went on. Anyways, what's the deal with Danny Boy on X? Oh yeah, so we can talk about that as well. So I cannot open the tweet because I'm blocked by Danny Boy. And the reason for that is, just a quick story. The reason for that is that you guys remember when the OTC deals happened? So there was a time when Veve kind of sold some sub 40 units directly to someone. That was Danny Boy. So he kind of pressured, I think he pressured, if I can recall it right, the Ecomi team to make these OTC deals. I don't recall the full story, but I made a video about this. So it's just a long time ago. So he did these OTC deals, and then people got mad about Veve doing OTC deals. And yeah, I made a video about this. I criticized it. I think it's stupid. And yeah, and then Danny Boy blocked me. I think he blocked me because of this. So that's what Danny Boy is. And so now, what's the deal with Danny Boy on X? I have no idea because I cannot read the tweet. I just saw that some people were commenting on this, and yeah. Gflow asks, are you picking up any coins right now? I want to, so here's the thing, I need to make an altcoin update because there are a couple of things that I want to buy. First, I want to double my bag on Chappyz, because Chappyz is just looking super juicy. So maybe we can look at it here in a sec. Which chart can we use? Yeah, let's use the DXY chart to get to Chappyz. So yeah. So Chappyz, now it's down a little bit again. So I hope that Chappyz can, I will wait for this to play out. But if Chappyz closes the week on top of this support, then I would buy it. If it doesn't, and this is a head and shoulders, so this is, then I will wait for this to play out, right? To Chappyz to go significantly lower and then buy a bigger chunk. I've only bought a little bit of Chappyz until now, but I kind of like the project. So if it goes down there, then I will buy something bigger. What we saw is that someone here definitely bought the dip massively, right? So yeah, I will wait this week, and then beginning out to see what happens here. If it closes here, I will buy here. If it loses the support, I will wait and see what happens, right? But this is only for Chappyz. And then in parallel, I will take a look at what's happening, and maybe I will do a video about the altcoins that we've been favoring so far here. And yeah, I know that you guys want to have the altcoin streams back, so maybe I will combine this to with an additional in the evening altcoin stream, right? And please, please, please do always do your research. And if you don't know how to do your altcoin research, guys, first of all, there's one single site, and that is CryptoRank. I think it's CryptoRank.io. Let's see if that, yeah, so yeah, exactly. So it's CryptoRank.io. So every project, before you buy it, please at least take a look at CryptoRank.io. So you put your name, the crypto name in the search bar, and then you can look at everything. Like you can look how, let's put this into night mode, actually, that looks better. So you get the chart, you get the correct contract number, you see if it's on which chain it is, right? You see if the team is doxed or not, who that is. Then you can go to LinkedIn, check the team out. Then you can see on which exchanges that project is listed. And the most important thing is you can see the tokenomics and the vesting schedule. So that means you can see the allocation and the token unlocks, right? And for example, for Chappyz, these unlocks are still going on. And I'm very happy that the unlocks are going on right now, which means people are getting an unlock and they sell it into the market, which is why the price is going down. We have been discussing this before. So what we see here is a part is reserved for rewards. Then there is the public, the team, a liquidity, treasury, seed, and so on. And then you see a token unlock schedule. So we see here the linear unlocks that are going on. We see the linear unlocks that are for seed, and so on. So the color tells you, so you really can see everything that is going on with the token and make an educated guess. And we see here linear unlocks. So we just had one in July. We will have the next one in July. We had one in 13th of June, and so on. So this is really where you can say, okay, if this token gets linear unlocks, probably people are going to sell it. But we are not near the altcoin pump phase yet, so maybe these unlocks will be over, or at least mostly unlocked until the altcoin season starts. So I will observe this, and this is why I said in the video about Chappyz, my strategy, because of the linear unlocks, will be to DCA into the project. So what I will do if the price stays here or even goes lower, I will definitely just double my Chappyz bag and then look. And if it goes down on these unlocks again, then I will buy more, right? But I cannot know for sure when the downside is over, right? So for me, this is my strategy for Chappyz, and it looks completely different for other coins where I just want to buy one time and then see where it goes. But please do your research on this stuff. And then one final thing is that you go to Twitter, and then you go into search, and then you search your project on Twitter and see if it's alive. Okay, that just on the side. For example, here we see, Chappyz 11 hours ago, our upcoming V3 will support a large variety of major languages spoken in our communities, yada yada. So they are building, right? So they are building, they are posting constantly. They have now 56,000 followers, couple of people supporting the project and whatnot. So this can still go to zero. Yeah, this is not a guarantee that such a project does well. But the chances, or for me, I'll take my chances on this because it can do extremely well. So yeah, I hope this helps Gflow. I went a little bit deep into that one. So let's go back to Ecomi and Veve. So there is some serious fake news out there. So look at this guy, for example, Beanie. 206,000 subscribers or followers on X, saying Remember Veve and the influencers that relentlessly shilled this trash with a red emoji in their names. Well, guilty as charged, right? Only that I didn't really shill it. I'm talking about it, but red circle in the name. Secondary market values for these NFT digital collectibles are at 0, while physical comics have reached all-time high prices. What is he talking about? It's not a general collectibles demand problem. This is really pure, like this is really complete garbage. This tweet, because Veve collectibles are not at 0, and physical comics are not at all-time highs. So it's really complete fake news. I don't know how you come to this conclusion. Either you have to be completely out of you have to be you have to be completely out of reality and not do any research, because there are so many of the physical comic YouTubers that are talking about the minus 70% drawdowns in Grail comics and whatnot to make this statement. And then on the other hand, you could just go to whatever stacker or even just to the Veve app and look for some of the key collectibles like Miles Morales, the partner statue, MC1 comic, whatever, like Aston Martin Secret Rare and so on, to see that there is a $50 collectible, $50 at drop that is now trading at 7.5 thousand. There is the collectible that he used as a photo was a $50, I think a $50, no, it was a $400? Yeah, Foster said it here. Yeah, it was a $400 collectible and is now at a floor price of $3,300. So that it's not at all-time highs, obviously, but it is holding some value in the market, right? What's the narrative on Chappyz? It's an AI and social fi play for Chappyz. So it's like a platform where it's like community chat enablement, where people that are participating in the community can get rewards for it. So you can, as a project, so for example, you have a project and you want to engage with your community, you can use Chappyz to do that, and then your community not only engages with you, they can also earn rewards while doing that. So that's basically the idea of Chappyz. And they're having several AI mechanisms integrated and so on. So yeah, you can right now, if you go to Chappyz, you can earn Chappyz rewards. And by the way, I have no sponsors besides the rare hodlers. So the only interest that I have in Chappyz is my own bag, not going to 0 and making good multiples. So I'm telling you, I'm down 40% or so already on Chappyz, and I'm telling you that I'm probably going to buy more of Chappyz. But please judge for yourself if you like this project or not, right? Don't follow me on this. It's just an example for one of the many altcoins that I like and I'm bullish on. Other examples: the Graph, Arweave, Chainlink, Metacade. These are gambles. These are like torpedoes that I put into the water, hoping that one hits the jackpot, right? So this could, and this is why I'm hedging. Basically, I'm hedging this gamble with 50% Bitcoin allocation, right? Because in any way, if all of my gambles are wrong and go to 0, which I don't think will happen, but it can happen, then I'm hedged on the other side with the Bitcoin. Yeah. Good morning, Duck and Cover. What's going on? And Andy Singh is also here. Good day, mate. Good day to you. I hope you guys have an awesome morning. And yeah, so we cannot really believe everything that we read on Twitter. It's not just like, oh, this guy said it on Twitter, so it must be true, right? I mean, the only thing that is true is that many people relentlessly shill Veve stuff, but I mean, that cannot be an accusation, right? Because I mean, there are people out there that relentlessly shill CryptoPunks or Bored Apes or Mutant Apes or Pudgy Penguins or Doodles or whatever. Like, it's a nature of an engaged and excited community to constantly communicate about the collectibles, right? But this year is completely wrong, and actually that, that's just stupid. Okay. Good that some people came in and corrected this. Next, Veve drops. Nothing too crazy here. We get the Rambo poster. We discussed it already. There is another comic, but other than that, Veve is gearing up for another crafting event, and that is this one. Let me get this full screened and then silenced because I don't want to get demonetized for showing a Veve video. And where is it? Doesn't start. Let me just... Come on. I just muted this and then it... this is really annoying on Twitter. It just turns on the sound all the time. So this is the collectible that we're getting now. That is the Carnage collectible, and actually it looks really, really good. It looks really, really good. Right? What do you think, guys? What do you think about this one? And the only problem is you need a ton of collectibles to craft this thing, and then it costs another $50 to actually craft this boy. But this is definitely, I mean, this is really good looking. What is that? The 3rd of, when is it coming? What does it say there? 6th of July or what? Let's see. Oh, 30th. Okay, so end of month, this is coming. So I think you need venomized. You need venomized Marvel Mighties, and all of the venomized ones that belong to this stream, and then you have to pay additionally 50 gems, and then you can craft this guy. So I hope that they made him relatively scarce, so that and then unfortunately it seems that this thing is not animated. It would be cool if all these things would move and he would kind of slash or so with his arm, but it still looks really good. And probably my approach to this will be I let everyone craft, then the dust settles, the prices go lower because something else shiny is popping up, and then I just buy one off the market. So what will be, probably people will like spend 200 gems on crafting this beast, and then they will sell it for 100 gems in the market. But this one is really, like, this is one of my favorite collectibles already, just with the way that it looks. So yeah, but I probably go secondary about it, secondary market. Okay, looking good. And there was another one on this, right? It was not supposed to be only it wasn't supposed to be only one, right? There were 2 crafting streams. Wasn't there one that was Venom and the other one Carnage or so? So maybe they're going to bring another trailer for the same event, because I think there were 2 options to craft. And then we have, obviously, the handle is Refund King. I don't know if you will get a refund for all of those collectibles, but so after nearly 3 years of collecting on Veve, I finally reached the top of the MCP mountain a few days ago. Level 100. Then yesterday, David Yu gifted me a gold and silver logo. Thank you, David, and the whole team. Looking forward to finally meeting you at NYCC. So crazy stuff. This guy hit level 100 and probably is going to get a. So I think if I would calculate this, I didn't, but it probably is like next year's Bitcoin halving, I might be at level 100. So, and I saw another guy that has 100 sets and gets about 1.2k MCP every day, and that guy isn't a master collector. This one probably is a master collector, but I'm at level. I'm very close to hitting level 48, I think. So, yeah. Sure, Venom and Carnage, level 100, took quite a time. Are you level 100? I don't think so, right? Or are you? Energy. I think you were close, right? You are at 96 or 97? Or are you level 100 already? So we have a lot of like whales there. Here's another thing that I wanted to show you quickly. So what is a little bit annoying, or what I don't like to see, is this. So since 1 week, we did not gain a single user. No, longer. So where is it? Since here, basically, since June 13th, we didn't gain a single net user wallet. This is probably because of empty wallets selling this collectible that they got here, and then they are empty again, so they go. But we have a decrease here, 55 to 51. So we will also, there are not so many drops going on that might attract new people at the moment. So we kind of see a consolidation. We have peaked at 970 here, and now we're down 19 wallets since then. I mean, this spike here was 400 wallets or so. So if a couple of those sell that logo that they got for, what is that, like 10 gems or less, then obviously you have a little bit of a correction here. But long term, or in the next weeks, I would like to see this continue to move up. That would be good. In today's level 97. Wow. So you're very close, but you need to reserve your level 100 hat with Mr. MC1 already, because it's guaranteed that you get there, right? Hey gaming, what is going on? Hello, my Omi homie. The Omi homie is. Yeah, and then also buying from the whales is continuing. So we see that here above me. Trucking Hank says, "Are you going to NY? If not, can I borrow your logo?" See, this would be the case. This would be the case where collectible renting, if we could do that, would be awesome, right? Because then I could say, I rent this out to you for 100 gems, and you can go to the party, to the NY party. No, I'm not going. I would if I could, right? Trucking Hank, I would rent it out to you. I would even rent it out to you for 10 cents so you could go. So probably you cannot do it at 0. I would definitely not charge you 100 gems, that's for sure. But yeah, so that would be great, right? Yeah, smash the like button. Gaming is right. Smash the like button here for me, please, for the morning stream. I really appreciate you all. I also enjoy these streams. Guys, this is, by the way, it's a freaking Friday, so we are happy today, right? We are very, very happy today. Everyone who still has to go to the hamster wheel, because there is a weekend ahead of us with a lot of programmation, a lot of things going on. So we are back to the regular crypto morning coffee after the holidays, so that is great. And guys, we did 4 crypto morning coffees this week, so I missed one day. So I hope I can bring this up to 5 crypto morning coffees, and the altcoin streams. So we need to bring the altcoin streams back now that it's time to buy the dip, right? Troy Paris says, hello patient hodler, it will take me 365 more years to get to level 100. Yeah, probably that's also the same for me, right? I mean, oh man, either I have to buy so many more collectibles to get to these, to get to more daily points to speed this up, which is probably what I have to do to level the ranks, because there at some point there will probably some rewards for levels as well. Energy says, in 10 years someone else can rent my logo and show off with the Mint 45. You have the Mint 45? Of what logo? Of the Omi logo or of the Veve logo? Because Mint 45 is crazy. You have the gold logo 45? That is crazy. Thanks friend, G&S logo buddy. Whoa, thank you very much for the $20 donation, Troy Paris. Much appreciated. That's not a rental fee though, right? Yo, okay, so Energy has both probably, right? You have the Veve and the Omi logo. I still need to get the Omi logo at some point. So I have to save up for the secret rare Ecomi logo. But I don't know if the price will come into my direction anytime soon. So thank you so much, Troy Paris, for the $20 donation. I really appreciate that. What do I do with it? What do I buy with the $20? Actually, YouTube will take $5 of that, so then it's 15. But what do we buy with this? So I don't know why my widget takes like 5 years to go off, but I'm very happy about this. So you see that some people they're probably already level 100 with this stuff, like with these collectibles, but this guy here, number 3, Wallet, is going completely nuts on the collectibles. Average of, so this is 2 weeks old. Troy Paris says more comics. Okay, so okay, I will do that, and I will do it on stream. So we kind of take these things, and then we are trying to get something good from the. What do you think? Like, should I buy secondary, or should I buy, or should I save up for a Grail comic and buy that on stream then one day? So save up the donations just in the Veve app. How should we do it? You donated, you decide. How should we do it? So we could pack some comics in the cart on the next stream or so, and buy something from the Veve comic side, or we could search for a comic on the secondary that is worth buying with this money, or we could save it up with other donations and at some point buy something big. Nice Grail all the way, my opinion. Okay, so I will save this up, like the $20, and whatever donation comes in, so let's see what we're saving up for, right? So obviously I will. So let's go to Stacker. Okay, am I logged in? I don't know. Yeah, okay, I'm logged in. So this is the vault, the vaulty vault. And let's look at the collection and go to comics and do any edition, but we only want to see secret rares. Hopefully Ecomi logo gets me into the. Oh, by the way, okay. So, okay, let's see. So these are the more pricey comics. So one comic that I'm eyeing is this one, Journey into Mystery. but it's sitting at $1,000. So that will take some time to save up to, right? But then there's also the Incredible Hulk, number one. Troy Paris says, I came close to getting the SRMC1 when it was bottoming, but it went up a bit, so back out of range for me. Yeah, sometimes it's a game of patience, right? But right now MC1 is at 2.5K. So I would say I really want the Journey into Mystery 83, right? So this could be the target. So maybe this comes into our direction. And on the other hand, we're just going to DCA into it. So right now I'm sitting at 0 gems, but I will put for this donation, I will put 20 gems into the app, which I will not touch. And then we will see. So I will put a little bit myself, and then I will just constantly update you, moving in the direction of a Grail comic. Because I think we still have time. I think we still have time to that the prices could come our way, and that a DCA could bring us into the right direction here. You a dread lad PH, what does that mean? The best utility on Veve comes from the London police sets, and they aren't done yet. Okay, if you say so. What do you mean by dread lad, please? Hopefully my Ecomi logo gets me into a party. Oh yeah, you have to check. You have to check that, because that Ecomi logo is also. Yes, I hope at least a few more months lower prices. So let's see the Ecomi logo also. Ecomi logo red silver. 1.4. So floor is at 1.4K. So we could. So let's do it the following. We are going to move in the direction of Journey into Mystery 83. And then based on how this price develops of the Ecomi Secret Rare logo, and the price of how the price of Journey into Mystery develops, we are going to make an educated guess and an educated decision. And I will open this decision a little bit to everyone who donates to this endeavor over the next 6 months or so. And hopefully by the time we get there, so this also means for me that I need to find a way to update you on the gem count, so that we know. So basically, if we're going to 100 gems, we're more or less 10% there, right? So this is the first mark. Let's get to 100 gems. But don't worry, not only waiting for a donation to kick in, I'm just saying that I will fill in the donations, at least if the person doesn't say otherwise, into this goal. So that's what I'm going to do. But I will allocate from my personal account as well. By the way, just in case the SEC watches this is not a comic ETF. I know there was the suggestion already to have a Patient Hodler collectible ETF. If I would do that, probably I get into trouble. Duck and Cover says, Dreadlad is a role on London Police Discord. If you own the good, the bad, and the rare set, LOTS of lots of alpha in that channel. Not allowed to talk about it though. Okay, so guys, if you're interested in that, for sure, London Police is not quite my thing. So I'm rather looking for these good. The Grail comics here. So guys, unfortunately I have to jump. This is one of the longer streams already, but I really enjoy it and appreciate it, talking all this stuff through with you guys. Guys, make sure to smash up the like button. 30 people in here. Troy Paris, thank you so much for the donation. All my rare hodlers and permanent followers, thank you for being here and participating with me. Stay tuned for more streams, for altcoin streams. Maybe I will find the time on the weekends. Also stay tuned for for more videos. We definitely want more videos. I want to do more videos. I just have to find the time. So guys, Troy Paris said, I hope they bring transfers back, because it was always fun for giveaways and influencers used to get gifted some pretty nice things. Yes, and I'm not only looking for getting gifted things, I'm also looking forward to to bring out a giveaway. So yeah. Alan Thompson says, thanks PH. So wherever you are on the world, have such great morning, evening, day, night, or afternoon, and I catch you in the next one. Have a good one, everyone. Bye.